y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah, here comes the, no, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah, here comes the, no, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that.
It's the man of the hour. It's time for him to come off. And this guy, I can't say enough about this guy. He's obviously a 5-star intergalactic global ambassador. He's absolutely killing the challenge. His heart is bigger than Jiminy Christmas, the city of Grand Rapids. Definitely bigger than his gut now. I don't even know if he has a gut anymore. You talk about living the challenge. This guy not only is one of the top income earners in North America, but he has also completely changed his body by living the challenge. This guy is shredded, stud muffin, and he is ready to come up here and tell you why you want to the challenge.
Yeah, I lost it twice. One of them was my mind. All right, how are you, Grand Rapids? If you've never heard me speak before, well, there's two options for you. You're gonna like it or not. No, actually, there's actually a pretty good chance you will. I think we're gonna talk some turkey here a little bit tonight. Talk a little bit about the challenge. Talk a little bit about where we're going as a company and some of the things we can accomplish along the way. You guys okay with that? Yes or no?
Yes.
It is officially 8 o'clock. I will have you at break by 8:20. Is that fair?
Yes.
Good. Because I fed y'all neuro in those shakes today, so y'all should be like jazzed up and ready to go anyway. So that's pretty cool making shakes out there today. Give it up for this volunteer team. I can tell you the highest paid registration team, neuro team, and shake team that you've ever had working a party today at all when you got your ambassadors 5 stars. That was crazy. How fun was that, guys? But my name is Dale Peake. I actually live in Lawton, Michigan. I've been involved with Marcellus about 29 months. My background is in this style of business, but never like this. I've actually been with 2 other companies. Had great success with those companies, but when I looked at Marcellus, I remember my first party I went to, there's one couple that stood out to me. And I said, if they can do this, we can get rich. And because they had no experience, they had no idea, they were just flat excited. That's Jason and Leanne Ferry. And I remember sitting in Nick Sarnicola's condo here in Grand Rapids and watching those two do the presentation or give their testimony, and I was just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jay had lost like 700 pounds, and Leanne had spent her whole life waiting tables and serving drinks, and now they were making $7 million a minute, and so it was just exciting to me to see what was going on, and where's Tommy Hibbert? I remember sitting across the room from Tom Hibbert, Body by Body Men's Champion, and he was a guest in that meeting too at Nick's condo, and pushing, I don't know where you were, 350 pounds or whatever, and well, I was 315 pounds, so we were a couple of good prospects sitting in the room. And I'm going to use Tom for a lot of examples tonight because he and I have been talking a lot about what I'm going to talk about tonight. And so I got started, fell in love with the shake. How many of you y'all try the shakes?
Yeah.
Okay, worst case scenario is, guys, you got nothing to lose but a few pounds. And if you decided to get serious about it, I've lost over 100 pounds of fat now in 2 years. The last 90 days, I just finished up my last challenge, most intense challenge I've ever been through in my life. I lost 47 pounds. I have no idea exactly how many inches because things grew and changed and muscle developed and crazy things, lumps began to show up and stuff. And things I'm in the best shape of my life at 41 years old, better than when I was an all-state baseball player in high school. Because then I was just tall and skinny. And, I'm wearing size 31 jeans. I haven't worn a 31 jeans since like 8th grade. You laugh. I was a 260-pound sophomore in high school. And then one summer I went to 260 to 175 in a summer. And grew 6 inches. Came back and everybody introduced me, had to introduce themselves to me. They thought I was the new kid. So I went through a 90-day transformation, but I was 16. but nothing like I have today. And you know, actually, this is kind of a left-hand turn. You know, I don't know, guys, if this is a big deal for you or not, but today in the gym, I actually did the first pull-up I've ever done in my life. And you think, well, a pull-up, I mean, you know, some of these other guys can do 7,000 of them. When you're 315 pounds, you don't do pull-ups.
Amen, brother.
You're lucky to pull your butt out of the chair. You know, and so 224 pounds what I clocked in on Saturday. And obviously a ton of fat loss and muscle gain at the same time. So, but I got excited about the second half of what you saw, guys, and that was the money. And you know, I was talking with a lady outside, and she said, well, how much weight have you lost? And I told her about 100 pounds. And she goes, oh, you got pictures? And I was, you know, showing her my after pictures and stuff. And she says, well, what's that? I said, did you get that for? I said, no, that was because I made over $1 million with the company. And she went, I'm going in here and sitting down and listening. You know, and earned my BMW in 8 days. And I've helped over 800 people now do the same. We've, I've gone on to make, you know, like I said, I'm a bi-millionaire, earned over $1 million for the company now in a couple of years. And the cool thing is we've got another bi-millionaire in our team and 36 other six-figure income earners in the team as well. So I don't attribute that to me. Excuse me, I attribute that to the system, the simplicity of what we do. And guys, I want to talk a little bit about what it takes tonight. And so now would be a good time to maybe start taking notes if you're going to. Because what I'm going to share with you is something I've learned in the last 90 days. And you know, it's really become an eye-opener. I know I've talked to some of you. I think I talked to Jimmy, and I know I talked to Josh. We drove to Bay City last week. And you know, it's become such a reality. And this is what I was talking with Tom Hibbert about today. It's become such a reality to me that how many of you would like to know what it would take to become a 5-star ambassador making $70,000 or $80,000 a month for the company? Well, I did that in 4 months. And that was just discipline, a focused goal, and a mission that I was on to help people. I watched this group, Grand Rapids, Michigan, where most of you are not in my team, but I watched this group and I watched the changes that occurred. You know, I watched Tom Hibbert and Skip Taylor and the other people who have won the challenge out of this market up here. And you know, I talked to each and every one of them along the way. And you know, what did you do? Well, it was focus, and it was discipline, and it was intensity, and it was being persistent and not letting crap get in your way and making a decision. And you know, it hit me last fall. And I said, you know, Dale, you're a leader in a company that talks about health and fitness. And I'm looking in the mirror going, I still see the fat kid. I said, so you've proven that you can go out and make $1 million in the company. Woohoo, yay, rah. But now, what do I have to do to focus in and determine what it takes to win the challenge? And so I began to, I talked to a few of the leaders, and I talked to a few of the people who had won along the way, and I began to put this strategy in my mind that said, if I can create a 6-figure income, why can't I change my body? I look around this room today and I see, you know, how many people came across the room that had lost 100 pounds? Or 60 pounds, or 50 pounds, or 30 pounds. Guys, that's life-changing. What did it take to do that? A decision. A simple decision. My buddy Scotty's in the room here. You know, Scotty's been with the company. How long have you been with us now, Scott? 6 months?
4 months.
4 months? 100 freaking pounds? And I can tell you that when he walked in, I thought it was him, but I haven't seen him in a little while. And I didn't want to say his name out loud because I wasn't positive it was him because of the drastic changes that have occurred in his body. Why? Because he made a decision to save his life. Now you say, well, what does that have to do with making $60,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $10,000 a month in your business. It has everything to do with it. It all comes down to what? A decision. So tonight I have a challenge for you. And that challenge is maybe you want to change your life financially. Maybe you just want to change your health. None of it can happen, ladies and gentlemen, until you make a decision. So you make a decision to, or you make a decision not to. That's okay. You know what the worst possible thing to have happen is? You don't decide. I'm going to give you a great example. Can I use you for an example real quick? Will you jump up here with me? Give her a hand as she comes up here.
Sam.
Your name is Sam. Hi, Sam. I'm Dale. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What I'd like you to do now is it's very simple. I want you to try to shake my hand. I didn't say shake it. I want you to try to shake my hand. I didn't say shake it. See, you can't try, can you? You either do or don't. How many times, stay here with me for a second. How many times do we use that word? I'll try. I'll give it a try. Sure, I'll try to make it. You'll try to make it? You know what try to make it means? Not a chance in heck. How many have had guests that you invited to be here tonight that said they'll try? Can I give you a hint? You all thought they were coming. How many of them are here that said they'd try? Yep. Try is no. I'll try to get skinny. Ain't gonna happen. I'll try to make some money with this business. Ain't gonna happen. The most devastating three letters. Thanks. Give Sam a hand for me if you would, darling. You're wonderful. Thank you. The most devastating three words that you have in your vocabulary, lady, or three letters, are T-R-Y. Try. Try is a cop-out. I want you to do this with your family when you get home and have that conversation with the kids sitting around the dinner table, and maybe throw a little jug on the table that every time somebody uses the word try, there's a quarter got to go in. Or, you know, if you live in the Farrier house, they throw 50s in the jug instead. Because you don't have kids, that's right. That dog of yours does take up a little bit of the financial burden, though. But seriously, guys, if we take the word try out of our vocabulary, amazing things will happen. I don't care if you get involved with Vasalis tonight if you're a guest. I don't care if you're a promoter sitting here today and you say, yeah, I've heard Peake talk before, and you tuned me out 15 minutes ago. I really don't care. I'm driving home, sleeping comfy in my bed tonight, whether you do or not. My check will be good this month, whether you get involved or not. See, what you have an opportunity to do, though, is somebody in this room will make a decision to do. I look around and I see people that have lost 100 pounds. I see people that have got giant arms and great physical physiques, and you know, and you work hard and you give it all you got, and you bust your butt in the gym, or you eat right and you make 7,000 meals every Sunday and put them in little containers and freeze them. Where's Jimmy Lee at? You know, and what Jimmy and Deb don't know is how many people in my team have posted that exact same picture after they did of what they've done. They've already influenced, including Holly Noble. They've already influenced tons of people to begin to change their life. Guys, will you make the decision? I will tell you that if you make the decision, if you've made the decision to change your body, changing your finances is easy. Why? Because you've already figured out how. See, changing your body is nothing. It doesn't have anything to do with the gym. Do you guys know that? It has nothing to do with what you eat. It has everything to do with the 6 inches between your ears. Changing your finances has nothing to do with the vehicle you're involved in. It has nothing to do with your upbringing or your background or your heredity or, your generations. It's nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with the 6 inches between your ears. The most powerful muscle we have, ladies and gentlemen, is our brain. You can control it or it will control you. They're like children. We've got to take control. And that means we've got to get out of the gray area. Do you guys know there's a gray area in your life? And that gray area is indecision. Well, I'll get to it tomorrow. It's not that important. I'm going to spend the day doing things that I really don't need to do, but they're more fun than doing the things I should do. And then you get to the end of the day, and you did nothing, but you're tired because you were active. You feel busy. You have flour under your eyes. But you did nothing. You accomplished nothing. You made no mark in history or society. You just stole air from other people. Not that there's any of you in the room that do that. The prospects that you had that didn't show up tonight, they're all oxygen thieves. Don't post that. We're going to edit that out of the video. But guys, I'll tell you, my mission for you tonight is to help get in is to begin to get your 6 inches between your ears thinking in the right direction. It's to begin to get it to start thinking that, why can't I? Why can't I? If Dave Bernard and Scott Gulliver and Jerome Miller back, these guys, Jason Ferrier can lose, these guys can lose, between the four of them, I think it's probably, and Tom Hibbard, 500 and some odd pounds. Are you kidding me? You guys stand up. Scott and Tommy and Jerry and Ferrier and, where's Dave? Big Dave, yep. These 5 guys, I know a couple of them pretty well. Ain't none of them any sharper than the rest of you. Tom is pretty sharp. But guys, my point being, look at them. Do you know what they've done though? They controlled their mind. They made a decision to change what was going on in their world. Now again, I don't care whether you're looking at this from just the health benefits or the financial benefit. The whole thing is, don't do either one of them if you won't make a commitment. Don't try. Right, Sam? Trying sucks. Don't try. Let's either make a commitment to do this, or politely tell the person who invited you to be here that you're not interested. That's all they want to know. Give these guys a huge hand for me, if you would. You realize that between those 5 guys, they've lost someplace in the neighborhood of 1/3 of a ton? Seriously? Think about that. That's crazy. And 5 guys who just decided. Now, if I was going to lay my money on those 5 guys making the same decision to change their life financially, that'd be a good bet. When they decide to. See, it took me almost 2 years to decide to change my health. But then I realized the discipline to do it was the same. In fact, if you want to know the truth, it was easier to go 5-star than it was to go through this challenge. And those of you that worked with me and counseled me through that would agree. I cried like a girl It was brutal. But the most rewarding thing, frankly, I've ever done, besides become a father.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, y'all don't